The Ice Climbers are fun to use in competitive play. Here I will go through the basics you should know. Firstly, edge guarding is when you go out of your way to attempt to stop your opponent returning to the stage. The Ice Climbers are great at edge guarding because they are one of the few characters that have an excellent recovery in the game. Other characters that have an excellent recovery when not interrupted are King K. Rool and Duck Hunt Duo. There are a few other characters that have an excellent recovery, but I won't mention them here because they are not my favourites. So what gives the Ice Climbers an excellent recovery, you will ask? Well, I don't know about you, but there are very few characters that I'm comfortable purposely going off the stage to do an attack with. But with the Ice Climbers, I will go off the stage 100% of the time if I think it's a good time to take advantage of the situation. I will demonstrate here by doing a forward throw with the opponent close to the edge of the stage. After the forward throw, I will immediately run full speed off the stage, continuing to hold right to perform a forward air. This attack spikes, and most medium characters with more than 70% damage will die. With heavyweight characters, the spike will kill them above 100% damage instead. After spiking your opponent, use your jump and then your up B, which is B-lane. In this game, you gain even more vertical height than in Smash Bros. Brawl. If you use B-lane without using your jump first, it's much more likely that Nana will die. But if you use the jump first, Nana will live, even if you miss the opponent, unless they manage to attack you. Then both Ice Climbers will live. As someone who was previously not comfortable with going off the stage, playing Ice Climbers, it's made me much more confident, and it's finally become something I can do multiple times every match. Now onto the second competitive technique for Ice Climbers. Extremely simple for the Ice Climbers on all terrain, as they have shoes with the best traction, spike boots. I will now demonstrate by moving the stick in one direction, left or right. And when you move the direction left or right, you hop. When the hop animation has finished, immediately push the stick in the opposite direction. This allows you to stall and mix up your next attack. You may decide to take the initiative to attack offensively or play defensively, to keep your opponent guessing. Or bait them to do an attack with lots of end lag that you can punish. The third competitive technique is wave landing, to control your spacing. Firstly, you need to do a fast fall by holding down immediately after the Ice Climbers start their descent from their jump. Then press air dodge and diagonally away to land. The fact that you have landed a bit further to the left or right than the opponent might have anticipated, and also arrived there faster than the opponent would have anticipated, means that you can do attacks out of your opponent's range and hit them and punish them, when the opponent was sure they were going to hit you. The fourth and final competitive technique for this video is short hopping. As soon as you use the Ice Climbers, you will realise they have a very short attacking range for a character that holds a weapon for their primary attacks. This is one of the main reasons why the Ice Climbers are not a popular main. To counter this weakness, as an Ice Climber player, you will need to be aware of the exact distance of each of your attacks and how far they will actually reach. In this training stage, it's easy to tell because of the numbered squares, kind of like walking on a graph. Here we can see a short hop forward there. It can cover 2 graph squares. This is done by briefly touching the jump button to the point that the button is barely pressed and continuing to hold right or left, then pressing the A button to attack. A reverse back air covers 1.5 blocks. This reverse back air requires much more accurate timing and covers less distance, so why would you do it over the faster forward air? This is because the Ice CIimbers forward air is slow and predictable. Any half decent player is going to see it coming as soon as you jump. By doing the reverse back air, it comes out a lot faster and has much less ending lag, and therefore can cause a lot more pressure. To do this, you run in a direction, jump whilst holding the opposite direction, so you turn around in the air, then perform a back air because you already turned around. My final tip would be not to forget about using down B, which is Blizzard, because even though it's a bit slow to start up, it can lead to a lot of success if used correctly. And we are at the end of the video. I hope this lets you enjoy using the Ice CIimbers that little bit more.